It was supposed to be a story of loyalty and love, 12 men chosen by the incarnate God himself to change the world. But as we know, plans don't always unfold as we imagine, and sometimes the greatest betrayals come from those we trust the most. This is the tragic story of Jesus' apostles, a narrative of faith, courage, and sacrifice. Before we dive into this historical journey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of the stories that will surprise you. The story begins with the most famous betrayal in history, recorded in Matthew 26:14-16. It all started when Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 disciples chosen by Jesus, approached the chief priests with a dark proposal. "What will you give me if I hand him over to you?" he asked. Seizing the opportunity they had long awaited, the religious leaders accepted the offer. 30 pieces of silver, the price of a common slave at the time, sealed the deal that would change history forever. During the Last Supper, as recorded in John 13:21-30, the atmosphere was heavy. Jesus revealed that he would be betrayed, saying, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me." The disciples, confused and anxious, looked at each other, trying to understand who could commit such an act. It was then that Jesus, discreetly, handed a piece of bread to Judas, saying, "What you are going to do, do it quickly." At that moment, as recorded in John 13:27, Satan entered Judas, and he immediately left into the darkness of the night, carrying the weight of the decision he had made. Judas led the armed crowd with swords and clubs to the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus used to pray. As narrated in Matthew 26:47-50, the kiss, which was meant to be a symbol of friendship and respect, became the sign of betrayal. Jesus' friend, as he greeted him, caused the crowd to approach. Jesus, in his infinite wisdom, asked, "Friend, why have you come?" Judas' plan was realized at that moment, but soon the guilt became unbearable. As we see in Matthew 27:3-5, Judas, consumed by regret, ran back to the priests, trying to return the 30 pieces of silver, saying, "I have sinned, betraying innocent blood." But they, indifferent to Judas's suffering, replied, "What is that to us? See to it yourself." Judas's tragedy didn't end there. In Acts 1:18-19, Luke reveals the tragic end of Judas, consumed by guilt, who threw the silver coins in the temple and hanged himself. The place where he died became known as the Field of Blood, and everyone in Jerusalem remembered that dark act. The words of David in the prophecies of Psalms 69:25 and 109:8 were fulfilled. "Let his house be desolate, and let no one dwell in it." The first apostle to die, Judas, met an end as tragic as the betrayal he committed. And thus unfolds the story of Jesus' apostles, each with their journey of faith and sacrifice, each death a testimony to the strength of belief in Christ. Stay tuned to the channel so you don't miss the next parts of this impactful story.